Welcome back. Plenty of things going on in the north. Trying to take over the Caribbean. Here with Tim tonight. Jonathan's off with a migraine.
Hello.
How have you been getting on, Tim?
Yeah, right. Um, I'm still just sort of moving all my troops south, taking over the rest of Maranhão. Some of these provinces have sort of gone rogue since taking them, so I keep having to sort of double back on myself and fill in little patches. But hopefully be done with that tonight,
Yeah.
and then I guess I'll move into, is it East Brazil just here?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's East Brazil, and then you guys are a little bit further south than me, so
Yeah,
would it be
we're
worth me moving further south afterwards, like to um, what's this country? South Brazil, or
South Brazil. Probably not. I think Jonathan and I can take care of the rest of all that if you're okay taking East Brazil.
yeah,
Um, because we'll probably be down there quite quickly because we've got quite a lot of armies here together. So we have a look. Jonathan's got a stack of 10, and I've got a stack of 12. Oh God, but they're in fairly dire straits. That stack of 12. I should probably just rest them in a city. They're all nearly dead. Yeah, let's rest you guys
oh wow,
in a city. A lot of
very
my
battered.
troops are just about holding on to life. They're really battered, war torn. Okay, got a stack of 13 down here. Jonathan's got a stack of 10 that are fairly healthy. So, and then I've got some planes for support. I've noticed you've got a big old stack of planes. They're definitely good for support, Tim, if you move them up to help you take over the Maranhão. And what
Yeah,
they're really good at mopping up these little individual troops that sort of get back behind your enemy lines, back behind your lines, and then take the provinces back. So that's what I find planes most useful for, support, and then stopping the fight back. You've got two really nice stacks there now, really healthy
yeah,
as well.
yeah. It's kind of not had much resistance. I've kind of had a chance to just recover, um, build some tanks, build some new infantry, build some new anti-air. Um, Got plenty of ships in the north, ships and subs.
You got tons.
So protecting that little area of coastline. Um,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll be moving into North America once we've finished with Brazil and Argentina, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think there's quite a lot of work still to be done. However, we could start preparations. There's another option of going into South Africa, or I mean the African continent, because there's still a computer player, like a player that's gone, inactive and turned into AI.
Okay.
Mauritania would act as a bit of a landing pad with probably less resistance. Then we could strike into Algeria's homeland, but then we run the risk of taking on the wrath of the whole coalition. I've got a feeling there are two coalitions, one in Africa and then one in Asia, and then there's one near us in North America. Could be the natural choice just to go into North America.
So that's Egypt that's taken a big chunk of Africa. Egypt, Algeria, and Ethiopia?
Syria.
Oh, Somalia, actually. No, wait.
Syria's gone
Eth-
over the pond into Africa.
yeah.
Egypt and Algeria. And then it looks like South Africa's still kind of free in a way. It looks like the players have just been sort of logging in and stroking the game along. What's this one? Angola. Yeah, so they've got a little bit more to do to take over Africa. There's the south, and then there's the very west, which they haven't touched yet. So they may well invade us on that east coast. We're going to have to be very careful and make sure we've got a really nice defensive force there.
Yeah.
Maybe one of your little stacks of subs do quite well just patrolling that tip.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm definitely going to be investing a lot more into my navy. But so I found this out as ever in the comments we get these useful tips. So if you want to build units quicker, just upgrade the actual factories. So like the barracks and the tank factory. So if you upgrade those, you do the troops quicker. Because at the minute it's taking me about 21 hours to cook one of the one of these motorized infantries. Yeah, 21 hours.
Okay.
Normal infantry's 5 hours, and then militia's 45 minutes. So I did bash out a stack of militia. And I'm building a defensive force anyway in South America. And if we have a look at what's going on in the Caribbean, I'm slowly but surely taking it over. So I've got Montego Bay and Kingston, just taken this territory here. And he's trying to run, I think, with a convoy. Don't know what they are, maybe a tank or infantry. And then this is my big stack of ships, just papping away at his. He's got some tanks and special artillery. I call them special artillery, but they're actually self-propelled. But I'll keep calling them special. So yeah, that won't be long, and these guys are just going to sweep through and take all the land. The ships are just papping the troops. I really think our navy's going to have a really big influence in this game, a really big one. If you have a look at North America, Tim, I don't know who's in the coalition because I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm presuming it's going to be someone like North America, Colorado, and California, because they look like the active players, right?
They look like they've done the most.
Yeah.
But it's still very broken up, isn't it? So there's sort of play for there. They're definitely nowhere near finished, so...
No, they're barely stuck in. I mean, there's a whole load on the southeast coast. There's a ton of like AFK players and computer players, and there's one apparently active player in South USA. North and South Mexico are inactive, and it looks like California are cracking into them. But California hasn't done a lot, and California is the only one exposed on the coast. So we could do something with our ships there, because the others, Colorado and North USA, they don't seem to have any navy capability. Not that they can get out. Maybe they can build some here, but that's an enclosed lake.
So many more sort of entry points on this game. But if we hug the coast with our ships, obviously protecting our troops while they land up, because it takes obviously quite a long time for them to do so. Cruisers have got really good anti-air, so they've actually got a really good defensive stat against planes.
You've got.
But I'm still not 100% how it works. Like, oh no, they do have wait, do they? No, it's just a defense stat. So, do they attack if they come within a range?
Yeah, I think when they get attacked, they attack back. So 9.9 defense at the moment. Your cruiser level 3. They're really nice stack of 5, and then you've got like 4 destroyers, haven't you? One battleship. And I'm thinking, because aircraft are so useful as support vehicles, I definitely think it's going to be worth doing aircraft carriers in this game. And so I've got one. I've researched. I haven't got an aircraft carrier yet, but I've researched aircraft carriers, so I'm going to make one. Put it in the build queue. So aircraft carrier, 4 hours, and they're pretty cheap. I mean, it is just a glorified airstrip. Their stats are absolutely rubbish, but what they can do is act as an airstrip for planes to take off from. So that's a way of picking up your planes and going mobile with them. So that could help going up the coast as well, to incur inwards, and to give us quite a good reach inwards actually for additional protection and support.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how it works. I guess you just send your aircraft into the ship and then you transport them up. But I wonder if you daisy chained enough aircraft carriers up the coast, if they could just act as static airfields that you could then just, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure if you'd be able to heal on them or not. Does it specify? I haven't actually looked.
no, healing's a bit of a dark art in this game. I'm not
Only on.
entirely sure how it works.
Mm.
I know that your planes can heal while they're patrolling. So I presume so. I presume they can heal, but then they wouldn't necessarily be on friendly soil. But they're not sure. And with troops and tanks, I know they heal when they're in a friendly city, but I don't know if they heal when they're on a friendly province. I did find a wiki on it, so it'd be great if someone could give us information on that. That would be cool. How are you doing in terms of resources?
Pretty good now. Because I've got a pretty good cash flow, so I'm still running out of oil every time I sort of do a full round of buildings or mobilization. I run out of oil, but I've got enough money to just top it up. Just buying off the market. The market seems a lot more active on this game compared to Conflict of Nations.
Yeah.
There does seem to be a constant supply of stuff going up. So
yeah,
that's
and
better.
I don't know if that's coming from the players or if it's like AI or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very cheap, isn't it, for some things? I mean, it surprises me that rare materials are so expensive. There must be. I mean, there are a lot of active players in this game, and they're quite big, and they must have excess resources in one field or another. I mean, there's some players that look like they won't have any navy whatsoever because they're mainly in the land in Asia and in Africa. Yeah. And there are some who will be almost entirely focused on a navy, I guess, like the UK and Italy. So that we're going to have some different dynamics here and different spends, and so maybe that's why we've got a good mix of stuff in the market. But yeah, oil's pretty cheap, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take up on what you said though, and just make sure all my tank plants, naval bases, etc., are upgrading every day now, just to boost that mobilization speed.
Yeah, because I've totally slowed down in what I'm making. It's gone to a snail's pace, although I'm about to complete an attack bomber, hour and a half, hour and 50. But yeah, just a snail's pace at the moment. So just trying to get that momentum back. But once we've taken over South America, that'll be good. Oh, a technical infraction on the peace deal with North Brazil. They've taken a core province of Chile right in the south on the tip. It's called Punta Arenas because the deal was for South Argentina. So South Argentina's here on the very tip, but then next to it was a core province of Chile, which he's gone through and taken to get through to the rest of Argentina. So there's a technical infraction there. So we're going to have a think about what that means.
Yeah. Some of his troops survived. I remember when he was sort of evacuating by the sea. I was chasing after him with the ships, but I ended up just leaving it. just let him go. But
yeah,
hit him a couple of times. That I can't remember what sort of health they were on.
He says he had a good stack that was building up, and then there was one stack that was starting to take a bit of a battering, but it wasn't too bad. So, and he's had quite a few days to recover. So I think he might be all right. He might have a fairly decent stack down there. We might be surprised. And he's got a city as well now, so he could be pumping stuff out quite quickly, depending on the resources he had. But yeah, we'll see. I'm sure we'll come across him again pretty soon. Who knows? If we have a look at what I'm building, it's quite interesting. So I'm going for the building's tank plant level 3, and I am building a railroad gun, but it doesn't seem to have speeded up progress. I'm building a level 5 industry on my oil. level 4 industry on goods, is it? Yep, goods. Level 3 industry on rare materials, because I am getting quite low on rare materials now. I've got like 3,000, so there's obviously something I'm building that's sucking them up. And then I'm repairing a level 2 industry that was on a metal province that I took over. And then I've already got level 5 on my main food province. Ooh, only level 3 on my other metal province, and metal is going down even though we had that windfall. So I could do with building an industry level 4 on there, but God, they take so much oil, 2,800 oil, and I don't have that much. And then the units I'm building: attack bomber, railroad gun. It's going to take like 4 days. Motorized infantry, nearly done. Another motorized. Normal infantry, and then nearly done with a cruiser. So I'm getting through them, but they're taking a whole day almost to build some of these units. So definitely going to be upgrading. Once I've built all these industry buildings, I'll just be upgrading the buildings as well and get that production line back up and running.
Yeah, even this infantry I'm building is taking a day and 2 hours at the moment.
Wow.
Because I think it's level 4, so yeah,
Cool.
definitely need to work on bringing that down.
Upgrade your barracks. Let's have a look at this fight that's going on then. So it's oh wow, I can see what units he's got. So the Caribbean are trying to attack a very small stack of ships that I've got of 2 with their transport, and we've seen this in conflict of nations. What's it called? Where they just, like, once a player goes AWOL, which I presume this has now, and maybe the AI's taken over, the land units try and attack your boats, but they can't because they've got no attack. They're just in a convoy boat, a transport boat. So that's all a bit odd. So they're doing that again, and this one's about to land and go through. And there's a convoy ship up here as well that I'm going to go for with this little stack of ships. Here we go, just one of each. Then already taken this one, and then my big stack still papping away at these guys who are nearly dead. So that's good. So I'm getting there with the Caribbean. I was playing with the idea of invading South USA because their tip kind of extends into the Caribbean.
Yeah, Miami, that would be.
And it would, you could pap Miami with your ships, and then even Jacksonville up the coast, and then New Orleans on the coast. But then I was thinking, actually, it's a very small player, and really we want to be starting to think about some of the big players before they get too difficult to take out. So
I just think they probably wouldn't be expecting an attack. Like they might be talking about it in the same way as us, sort of thinking maybe they'll attack us sometime soon. But
well,
I
the
doubt
only
they
problem
would.
we've got, Tim, is that they will be expecting attack because North USA is watching the series.
Oh, okay.
Which is part of our problem playing this game. We've got people. We've got 4 people altogether that I know have been watching, because they've said in the comments. But we've got people who are watching and haven't said. So we've got a huge disadvantage, really. So that's where this game gets really tricky.
The ones that aren't, or that we're not aware.
Yeah,
that are watching.
But just the ones that are watching, and I think it's North USA who's watching, and that's their coalition. So it's going to be really tricky, but we do have the advantage of being a fairly joined up coalition, regularly communicating, and we're in a fairly strong position. We've got lots of territories. We're trying to trade territories, aren't we, Tim?
Oh yeah. Are you able to accept another one of those?
Yes, just did it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
I thought I'd try it again. So basically we can do one a day, can't we? Can I do another one? No, it says we've already given away a province today. Oh, right. And so you know what it is. It's the game day, isn't it? So we've just gone into a new day. So it'll be this time again tomorrow. We can do another one. So I'm just going to be giving Tim a province every day. It'll help a little bit because you've got you got a little bit behind, sort of hitting into that sort of fairly decent player early on. So put you a little bit behind our pace. Jonathan and I had a bit of an easier ride early on, and so we could get a better momentum. But you've got it going now. So we'll see how it goes. And actually, a lot of the materials come from your core provinces, and you can max them out.
Yeah.
And you'll be all right. And once you start land grabbing with us on our next conquest, whether it's going to be Africa or USA or even some of the other islands, it's interesting actually. Off California's coast, California's the red player on the west coast of America, North America. They've actually gone out and taken over a little island, Honolulu. So I don't know what that's about. Whether California's watching the series as well and they've seen what I've been doing and thought they'd do the same, or if they just went out to take it anyway. So we'll have to see what that means. Speaking of which, I've taken this island over here, just bouncing into the next two because I've cleared them out, and then I'll be going across here, and it's just a single cruise ship on its own, and nearly killed off that troop, so I can go into there first, and then we'll be attacking this car and troop, which will take a bit longer. So bit of a way away. But got my solo troop and cruiser getting through these islands. We'll see how they get on. So what sort of stuff are you researching?
Right now it's anti-air level 3 and light tank level 3.
Cool.
I still don't really know what I'm doing with the sort of specializing in. I'm just trying to do a few things fairly evenly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to take. I mean, obviously on Conflict of Nations, things take well over a day to research. A lot of the time, it is a lot easier to research more on this.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really have to specialize as much. I think you can sort of do quite a variety.
Certainly in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes longer and longer as it goes along, but there's a lot of stuff to research as well, isn't there?
Yeah. I probably won't go much beyond what I've done now in terms of actual units. Probably just upgrading the units I do have.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea to focus on those and get them really maxed out. I've started up researching Paratroopers, actually. I just want to see what they're like. I don't know if they'll be any good or not. The jury's going to be out on those.
Yeah, they could be. Work in a similar way to Mobile on.
Yeah, I'm hoping it might give me a fast mobile troop, but I've got no idea what they're going to be like. They could be absolutely rubbish, because one of them is really rubbish. It's got like 0.9 against everything, basically, which is crap. But then the other one is like 8.1 against troops, so I don't know how that even works. So we'll experiment with those and see how they work, and hopefully they'll be good. I was tempted to go for commandos, to go commando, but I decided not to go commando for now, over a preference for paratroopers, and not to go mechanized either, just because they're a bit more expensive, and I thought motorized will do for now. Researching artillery level 3. Quite like the idea of a really strong artillery. I like that you're doing anti-air level 3. What's that going to give you? Ooh, 10 defense, yeah. And then the other stats start to bump, like good defense against armored units.
Yeah. Hold their own a little bit better in a stack.
Ooh, I've researched flying bomb, so I can do rocket fighter or rocket. So that opens those up, whatever they do. We'll have to experiment with them, see how they work. Oh wow, rockets are good. Got 13 attack against like units, 7.2 against planes, 41 against structures. Wow. It seems like a lot of stuff on the secret tab is really strong against structures.
Right.
Okay, and then I'm quite weak on unarmoured stuff. I've only got level 1 light tank and level 1 armoured car, so definitely need to concentrate on that a bit more. We can even start researching heavy tank. They're quite slow, but God, they've got good stats. Tempted. So I'll have to research medium tank level 1 to then get to heavy tank level 1. So I'll try and do those. There's just so much to research, like you say. It's difficult to know where to focus on. So we'll see.
Yeah, once we're prepping for a proper battle, we can probably sort of think a bit more about how we want to structure our stacks and sort of how many of each unit's having them.
I know, right? I was trying to think, well, what's the perfect stack? What's your thoughts so far?
Maybe 1 or 2 of each tank, a few infantry and a couple of AA. Maybe artillery as like a separate, sort of a big stack of artillery following behind. Maybe with AA inside it as well.
Yeah.
I'm not really too sure.
It's definitely going to be a strong support unit for each stack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah, I'm going to have to build more AA. I think you're right. Anti-air. So much to build. So much to research. So much to build. And so little time.
It's good that you can build on captured cities, though, sort of straight away. That is a big plus, so you can boost that production quite quickly.
Yeah, I've started trying to... Okay, yeah, so I've built an aircraft factory on Tefe. Thanks for reminding me. I'll see if I can build some aircraft. It's mainly my attack bombers that are taking time. Oh, and I want to research naval bomber. That's going to be an important one. One of each. And then what else have I built? Just a propaganda office, so I can build a barracks here. No food. What can I build? Another aircraft factory. Might wait to build a barracks or something. But yeah, slowly getting there. Slowly but surely. Any other thoughts on the game?
No, not really.
Well, we're doing great as a coalition so far. You're doing your fight back very nicely. And you're getting your planes in on the action as well. Did that airfield I built do you any good? I built it in Braganda, Araguiana, and I built one in Suzal because I think Braganda was a little far. So I built 3 for you. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice the one in Suzal. Oh, I didn't notice the one in I'm just building one a little further south from that as well. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah, it's fine. The more the merrier, I think, in terms of airfields, because it's just going to give us good coverage. Because someone was saying
places to heal as well.
Places to hit, well, exactly. Someone said in the comments, if you upgrade all your airfields, or it takes 10. Every upgrade on an airfield takes 10 minutes off the refuel time. But we've got so many. You'd have to pick a path through, wouldn't you? From, say, for example, north to the east. Pick a path through and just upgrade critical airstrips on the way, and then the same for north to south. And the same for east to south, and into the centre, because we've got some places where we've got airstrips next to each other, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. So one there, one there. So I don't know what I was thinking when I was building them, but sometimes you just need that extra reach because you've built one too far away, and so you just put another one in. But they're pretty cheap to build. But it's great that we've got really good air cover, but we need more planes, we need more boats, we need more troops, we need more tanks, we need more everything. It's It's a scary prospect. Like, say for example, the African nation just started to attack us on our eastern side, like tomorrow. What would we do?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I think we'd be able to get enough planes between us close enough to sort of do something about it fairly quickly. I wouldn't be able to get my ships there quick enough.
Yeah, Jonathan's got a
so
stack
we'll
down
need
there,
to-
which is good. Maybe it's just worth you getting a little stack of subs down there. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll just send one down now.
Yeah, and you've got your planes in that
Yes.
area anyway. Jonathan's got some ships, and then we've got some big stacks. But we're going to have to decide what a defensive position looks like. And I wonder. So your city, right on the coast, called Natal, and maybe even Fortaleza. Maybe it's worth having some troops there, and maybe even Recife. Maybe it's worth having some troops on there. Some artillery, some aircraft a bit further in, so they don't get whacked straight off, like maybe in Kaiko or Iguatu, and then some bunkers on those cities, defensive bunkers. But I don't know. We'll have to have a think, because that's quite a defensive commitment.
About bunkers.
So we'll have to see. It would be a coalition effort. If there's 3 cities on that east coast to defend, then each of the coalition can donate a stack. If you build up the cities with bunkers, and then we could each donate some planes, like maybe a stack of planes. If we had if we donated a stack of troops, however they're made up, and a stack of planes each, that would be in a pretty strong defensive position.
Yeah, I think so. It is logical for them to go to the closest point to them. That's what I'd do.
Yeah,
so.
and I wonder if they'd second guess that and say, well, let's land somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we're not going to know.
They could. At least they'd struggle to do anything to our homeland, I think.
Yeah. Right, well, I've got to stop you there, Tim. Baby's crying, and my partner's calling me, so it's been a great episode, and it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Yeah.
Over and out.